I'm going to be ranking the top 10 centers in NBA 2K23. My team, let me know in the comment section down below who are some of your guys' favorite centers in my team right now, and let me know what you guys would change about my top 10. But coming in at my number 10 spot is going to be the Diamond Evan Mobley. He's a power forward center. He's 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan, so he's definitely tall enough and has a good enough wingspan to play the center position, especially because of his defensive stats. He does have a 92 block, 92 interior defense, also having an 84 steal, 86 perimeter, and an 86 lateral quickness as well. And then when you take a look at the defensive badges, he does have Hall of Fame anchor, clamps, menace, post lockdown, and rebound chaser as well. So I mean, this card's going to be a great defender. He's got a really good player model in game. He blocks a lot of shots, plays really good defense, gets some really good contests, and then speed wise he's decently fast. I mean, 85 speed, 85 acceleration, with also having an 88 vertical, 80 strength. And jump shot, I will say, is a little bit of a flaw for the card. I mean, his jump shot on slow timing, I will say it's not that slow of a release, and it's not that bad of a jump shot. You can still knock it down pretty consistently. I would say his card though is probably better at the center position just because of his jump shot being a little bit slower. If it was faster, I would say he's probably better at the power forward spot, but honestly, I do think he's going to be a very elite center, the 10th best in the game. And then coming in at the number 9 spot is going to be the pink diamond takeover Brook Lopez. He's a center, 7 foot with a 7'5" wingspan, and he's going to be a great pick and pop big man, having a 94 3 ball, 89 mid-range. Same thing with Mobley though. His jump shot is on slow timing. I will say though, for Brook Lopez, like, Mobley's release does feel pretty slow. I will say in game you can tell it's a slow release, but for Brook Lopez, I mean, I did the gameplay on this card, I've used him a bunch. He really doesn't seem like he is that slow of a release. It obviously isn't going to be fast, but it feels very normal to me. So I would say his jump shot is pretty much on normal timing. At least that's what it feels like in game. And then defensive wise, he's going to be a beast on the interior defensive wise. 94 block, 96 interior defense, also having an 80 perimeter, 80 lateral quickness, and a 78 steal. I mean, that 96 strength, or 91 strength I should say, is going to make a massive difference at the center spot. And like I said, he's going to be a great shooter at the center position, having Hall of Fame catch and shoot, claymore, corner specialist, also having goal blinders, green machine, and space creator. So overall, I think Brook Lopez not going to be anything too crazy at the center position, but just going to be a very well-rounded center. And then coming in at the number 8 spot is going to be the other pink diamond takeover center, and that's going to be DeMarcus Cousins. He's a center power forward, 6'10" with a 7'5" wingspan, so a little bit smaller than a guy like Brook, which is, you know, I mean, DeMarcus Cousins probably isn't as good a defender as Brook Lopez, but on the offensive end, I do think he has a way better jump shot. He also does have the MJ dribble style as well, so he can move a little bit for your center. Like, his dribble stakes really aren't that bad. Like, he's able to create a lot of space, and he can take other centers off the dribble. Offensively, I do think he's a better card than Brook Lopez, but Brook Lopez definitely hasn't beat on the defensive end, and that's going to be Boogie's really only big flaw, is going to be his defense. I do think he has a good player model in game, and he also does have 96 strength, so his strength is going to really help him out, but his player model is also really good. 270 pounds, Brook Lopez also 270 pounds, so they both got great player models, and I think Boogie is going to be fine on the defensive end. You maybe want to give him some shoe boosts and maybe some badges for the defensive side of things, but he doesn't really need any badges that he can get upgraded. Like, he's already got some really good ones on gold, and he does have Hall of Fame box out beast and brick wall as well. So overall, I think Boogie Cousins, a very underrated center, maybe better at power forward, but still a very elite center in my team. And then coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be a primary power forward, but it's still going to be Anthony Davis is still going to be a great center. He's 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan. Like I said, I do think he's way better at the power forward spot, the second or third best power forward in the game. At the center position, he's going to be at number 7 because obviously he's only 6'10". His player model does make up for a lot of the lack in height and the lack in wingspan. I mean, he's got 7'2" wingspan, which is definitely pretty decent, but we all know Anthony Davis is one of the best cards in the game. He's going to be a great all-around defender, 95 interior defense, 89 block, also having an 84 perimeter, 84 lateral quickness, and an 80 steal as well. He's a Galaxy Opal, so he's got 15 Hall of Fame badges and some great ones on defense, including anchor, chase zone artist, interceptor, menace, pick dodger, post lockdown, and pogo stick as well. So I mean, Anthony Davis I do think is going to be a way better power forward, but still very elite at the center position. And then this is, guys, where we start getting to some very elite centers, and at the number 6 spot is going to be pink diamond Dwight Howard, who I think is an absolute monster at the center position. Just like Anthony Davis though, I do think he's probably better at the power forward spot, but still going to be a very good center, 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan. wingspan, and he's got a great player model, honestly one of the best in the game. He weighs 265 pounds, and he also just has a really wide player model, so that's really gonna help him out on the defensive end. But he doesn't need help on the defensive end, because take a look at these stats: 95 block, 95 interior defense, 82 steal, 85 lateral quickness, 84 perimeter. He's great at finishing around the basket, 95 driving dunk, 95 standing dunk. He's also going to be super fast for your center, one of the fastest centers in the game, 88 speed, 88 acceleration, and he's also got 95 vertical and 95 strength as well. And that's not even the craziest thing about this Dwight card. It's the fact that he's glitched, so he's got a 91 3-ball, Hall of Fame corner specialist, gold catch and shoot, Claymore Deadeye, and gold limitless range as well. On a Dwight Howard card who is glitched with the 3-ball and these defensive stats, these athleticism stats, like this card is an absolute beast at the center spot and power forward. But for me at center, he's going to be the 6th best center in the game. And then coming in at the number 5 spot, I think 6, 5, and 4 are going to be really debatable. I think you really could have Dwight at 4. You can maybe have my number 4 guy at number 6. You can maybe have Hakeem at number 4 or number 6 as well. I think these 3 guys in the middle are going to be very, very close. Hakeem, I think, is a little bit better than Dwight because he is 7 foot with a 7'3" wingspan and just kind of has a taller player model in game. He's a taller center, but he just looks a lot taller in game as well. And stats wise, he's going to be very similar to a guy like Dwight. He doesn't have the same vertical, only having a 75 vertical, but he does have a 93 ball, 90 mid-range. He's going to be about the same on the defensive end. I think Dwight's a lot better because of his athleticism stats, and he does have, you know, a little bit better stats in the defensive and Hall of Fame badges. But I think Hakeem's also going to be a great defender, but I do think he does have a better jump shot, and that's the reason why I think Hakeem is a little bit better. He's a little bit taller, he's about the same speed, and I do think he's a better jump shot. But overall, both going to be very, very close centers. And then at the number 4 spot, like I said, I think Kristaps you could really throw at number 5 or number 6 as well. For me though, I think Kristaps is the 4th best center. He's 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan. I love my popping centers in my team, the guys that can shoot threes at a very high level, 93 ball, 90 mid-range. And I think it's pretty safe to say that Kristaps is the best popper in my team right now because he does have a great jump shot, super easy to green, and it's going to be fairly fast as well. Obviously, like I said, 93 ball, 90 mid-range, and he's also got Hall of Fame catch and shoot, corner specialist, Deadeye, and Hall of Fame limitless range. So I know defensively, he's not going to be anything too crazy, only having an 88 block, 85 interior defense, but I do think his player model and his height and wingspan make up for that. And you guys got to remember, he's 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan, so he's going to play a lot better defense than these stats and badges do show. But offensively, he's going to be one of the best centers in my team. And then guys, coming in at my number 3 spot is going to be the dark matter Tim Duncan. I think Tim Duncan is arguably better at the center position. He's 6'11" with a 7'2" wingspan, obviously a dark matter card, so 20 Hall of Fame badges, and these defensive stats and just stats all around are absolutely insane. He's got a 98 block, 98 interior defense, also having an 87 perimeter, 87 lateral quickness, and an 86 seal as well. And the defensive Hall of Fame badges are insane. He has Hall of Fame anchor, box obese, brick wall, clamps, interceptor, pogo stick, post lockdown, rebound chaser, and workhorse as well. And then I mean, offensively, he's not going to be anything too crazy, only a 79 3-ball, and his release is a little bit iffy. I still think it's very easy to green, just going to be a little bit on the slower side. But overall, I mean, this Tim Duncan card, one of the best cards in my team and the 3rd best center. And then at my number 2 spot, I think number 2 and 1 just really comes down to preference, and I think honestly Shaq really comes down to preference as well. If you guys are good with inside bigs and you know how to use inside bigs, he probably is the best center in the game. If you like more of, you know, poppers, and we'll talk about the best center in a second, but Shaq, he can't shoot threes, but he is 7'1" with a 7'7" wingspan. And this card, besides shooting threes, is probably the best or one of the best at everything else that a center can do. He's one of the fastest centers. He has one of the best athleticism stats, right? 95 vertical, 98 strength. I'm pretty sure that's the best in the game. He's one of the best defensive centers in the game because of his player model. 325 pounds is insane to have for a card that has 87 speed, 87 acceleration. And he also does have a 79 ball handle. If you take a look at Tim Duncan's ball handle, it's only a 77. You take a look at Kristaps, it's a 66. You take a look at Hakeem's, it's a 77. So he's got just as good of a ball handle as these smaller and kind of, you know, lighter centers. And this card's going to be insane underneath the basket, like unstoppable around the rim. 97 driving dunk, 97 standing dunk. And for whatever reason, they give this card some really good dribble sticks. He's got the Steph Curry moving behind the back, which is super glitchy on the offensive end. It's probably the best behind the back in the game. He's also got the best escape in the game, the Kobe Bryant escape, and his movement, he can really take people off the dribble at that center position. Like if you go up against a Kristaps or a slower center, first off, you're going to be able to dominate them down low, and second, you're going to be able to blow by them every single possession because Shaq is just so much faster, especially with having some decent dribble sticks. So for me, I think Shaq is the second best center. Like I said, if you know how to use inside bigs and you don't need your center to shoot, then I think he probably is the best center. But for me, I like my centers being able to shoot, and that is why Kareem is going to be at the number 1 spot. He's a center, 7'2" with a 7'5" wingspan. I think he's just going to be more well-rounded than Shaq. He's going to be about the same on the defensive end. I think Shaq is maybe a little bit better on the defensive side of things. They're about the same speed. Shaq obviously has higher vertical and higher strength, and then finishing around the rim, Shaq's probably going to be a little bit better down low, but they're very, very close. But the difference is that Kareem's got a 63 ball and a really good jump shot. So it's not like you're barely greening with Kareem. Like I feel like if I'm wide open with this Kareem card, I feel like I can green probably like 5 or 6 out of 10 threes, which is going to be really, really nice to have, especially on your center. So yeah, guys, that's going to be my top 10 centers in my team right now. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys would change, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.